Imagine a world powered by a clean, efficient, and renewable energy source. Can hydrogen fuel cells be the key to this sustainable future? Let's dive into the world of hydrogen fuel cells to find out. Now, you might be asking yourself, what exactly is a hydrogen fuel cell? Well, it's a device that uses the chemical energy of hydrogen to produce electricity, and all it leaves behind is heat and water. That's right, no harmful emissions, no pollutants, just pure, clean energy. But it doesn't stop there. The applications for hydrogen fuel cells are as diverse as they are impressive. Picture this: cars that run on hydrogen, buses that emit nothing but water, and power plants that operate silently while producing zero emissions. And it's not just about transport or power generation. Hydrogen fuel cells can be used in our homes, in commercial buildings, and even in remote locations where traditional power sources are hard to come by. Imagine a world where you can power your house, your car, and your portable devices, all with the same clean, renewable energy source. Companies like Gore are pioneering the way with their proton exchange membranes and membrane electrode assemblies, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with hydrogen fuel cell technology. They're not just thinking about today, but about the future of clean energy. But what about batteries, you might ask? Well, hydrogen fuel cells have a few tricks up their sleeve. They have a higher energy density, they refuel faster, and they can produce twice as much power as lithium-ion batteries. Plus, hydrogen can be produced from renewable sources, giving it a double edge in the fight against climate change. Hydrogen fuel cells hold immense potential, but how do they stack up against traditional energy sources? Stay tuned to find out more in the next scene. When it comes to energy generation, how do hydrogen fuel cells measure up against traditional energy sources? That's a question on many minds as we strive to cut down on carbon emissions and move towards a cleaner, greener future. Let's start with efficiency. Traditional energy sources like coal and gas convert a meager chunk of their energy into electricity. Most of it is wasted as heat. On the other hand, hydrogen fuel cells convert chemical energy directly into electricity. This bypasses the need for combustion, making them far more efficient. Next, let's talk about emissions. Burning fossil fuels, the mainstay of traditional energy sources, releases harmful carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Hydrogen fuel cells, however, have a much cleaner output. They produce electricity, heat, and water, with no harmful emissions to speak of. But how do these fuel cells work? Well, it's all about a chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. No moving parts, no noise, just a continuous generation of electricity, as long as there's a supply of hydrogen. This makes them ideal for a range of applications, from powering homes and businesses to fueling vehicles and planes. Hydrogen fuel cells also have the potential to be fueled by renewable sources, making them a sustainable option for the long term. This is a significant advantage over traditional energy sources, which are finite and contribute to environmental degradation. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. While hydrogen fuel cells have clear benefits in terms of efficiency and emissions, they do come with their own set of challenges. Hydrogen extraction can be energy intensive, and the cost of fuel cells is currently high. Plus, there's the need for infrastructure to support hydrogen fuel cells, from production and storage facilities to fueling stations for vehicles. So, hydrogen fuel cells have clear advantages, but are there any challenges? Yes, there are. But as technology advances and we continue to prioritize sustainable energy, the potential for hydrogen fuel cells to play a major role in our energy future is undeniable. Despite their many advantages, hydrogen fuel cells also face significant challenges. They might seem like the perfect solution to our energy needs, but like all things, they come with their own set of hurdles. Let's delve into some of these challenges and see how they're being tackled. One of the primary challenges is the high cost. Hydrogen fuel cells, particularly those that use proton exchange membranes or PEMs, are expensive to manufacture. This is largely due to the use of costly materials like platinum as catalysts. The high cost naturally affects the commercial viability of these fuel cells, making it harder for them to compete with traditional energy sources in terms of price. Next, there's the issue of energy-intensive hydrogen extraction. While hydrogen is abundant, it doesn't exist freely in nature and has to be extracted from compounds like water or hydrocarbons. This extraction process requires a significant amount of energy, which can offset some of the environmental benefits of using hydrogen fuel cells. Then there's the need for infrastructure. For hydrogen fuel cells to become mainstream, we need a comprehensive network of hydrogen production facilities, storage, and refueling stations. Without this infrastructure in place, the use of hydrogen fuel cells, particularly in transportation, becomes much less feasible. Now, these challenges may seem overwhelming, but they're not insurmountable. Companies like Gore are working tirelessly to overcome these hurdles and commercialize hydrogen fuel cell technology. They're focusing on reducing costs and improving the durability of fuel cells. They're also exploring ways to make the hydrogen extraction process less energy-intensive and more sustainable. In conclusion, while the road to widespread adoption of hydrogen fuel cells is fraught with challenges, the sheer potential of this technology makes it worth the effort. It's a journey of innovation and resilience that could lead us to a cleaner, greener future. These challenges may seem daunting, but the potential rewards are immense. One sector where hydrogen fuel cells could make a big impact is transportation. In our quest for sustainable alternatives, hydrogen fuel cells are emerging as a powerful contender, particularly when compared to the ubiquitous lithium-ion batteries. When it comes to energy density, hydrogen fuel cells have the upper hand. They hold more energy in less space, making them an ideal choice for long-haul transport and heavy-duty vehicles. But it's not just about the energy they can store. It's also about how quickly they can be refueled. Unlike electric vehicles that require hours to recharge, hydrogen-powered vehicles can be refueled in just a few minutes, comparable to traditional gasoline vehicles. This means less downtime and more time on the road, a critical factor for commercial transportation. Perhaps one of the most significant advantages of hydrogen fuel cells is their power output. They can produce twice as much power as lithium-ion batteries, which means more horsepower for vehicles and a smoother ride for passengers. This power also allows for larger vehicles, like buses and trucks, to switch to hydrogen without compromising on performance. However, it's not just about the vehicles themselves, it's also about the fuel. Hydrogen can be produced from a variety of sources, including renewable ones, making it a truly sustainable option. And unlike burning fossil fuels, the only byproducts of a hydrogen fuel cell are electricity, heat, and water, making it a zero-emission technology. Yet, as with any emerging technology, there are challenges to overcome. High costs, energy-intensive hydrogen extraction, and the need for infrastructure are all hurdles on the path to widespread adoption. But with companies like Gore working on reducing costs and improving fuel cell technology, the future looks promising. The road ahead for hydrogen fuel cells may not be smooth, but the destination promises to be worth the journey. In today's discussion, we've delved deep into the world of hydrogen fuel cells. We've explored their promising potential in the realm of clean energy, harnessing the power of hydrogen to produce electricity, heat, and water. This technology presents a plethora of applications, from powering homes and businesses to fueling cars, buses, and even aircraft. We've compared hydrogen fuel cells with traditional energy sources, highlighting their superior efficiency and lower emissions. Unlike conventional combustion technologies, fuel cells generate electricity through a silent, combustion-free chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. However, we also acknowledged the hurdles that lie in the path of widespread adoption. These include the high cost of fuel cells, the energy-intensive process of extracting hydrogen, and the need for a robust infrastructure to support their use. In the transportation sector, fuel cells are emerging as a sustainable alternative to lithium-ion batteries, with higher energy density, faster refueling times, and the ability to produce twice as much power. Despite the challenges of cost and limited fueling stations, they hold the potential to revolutionize transportation in the future. The future of clean energy is an exciting frontier, and hydrogen fuel cells could play a pivotal role in this journey. Stay tuned to learn more about the latest developments in this field.